Hello, welcome to our show To The Point. This is Dr. Abhijit Chattoraj. I'm privileged to have with me Mr. Alok Rungta, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Future Generali India Life Insurance Company Limited, a prominent player in the Indian insurance sector. A chartered accountant by profession, Mr. Rungta held several leadership roles in companies like AXA Philippines, AXA Hong Kong, to name a few. I am very happy to note that has visited our show today. Welcome to our show, Mr. Rungta.
Thank you.
The most important thing that comes to my mind is that the insurance ecosystem has grown very large today. So many players today in the area, but insurance education as such is not picking up. Insurance awareness is very, very low. As a result, what has happened, the insurance penetration is also low. In fact, the last 2 years, the penetration is going down, particularly in life insurance area, the area where you work. What could be the reasons? So specific question is, first, what we should be doing to see that insurance education in the country grows.
So thank you, first of all, Professor, for inviting me for this. It's an honor and privilege to be here in this institute and talking to someone as embedded in insurance as anyone could be. In my view, institution like this, right, coming along with companies like us is the real backbone where these things can be solved.
Right.
See, when banking, today if you look at parallel, right, when banking was growing, banking was made as a special subject. There were banking courses, there were tie-ups. I personally feel that the moment has come when the industry needs to revisit its orientation on how do we embedded insurance in the education system, right? Because see, insurance, like many industry, is a long tail business. Those who are there have been there for years, and so it's a very long journey and a cycle of this business is there. And it is specialized at the same time. So there are nuances and all. So if you embed that at the early age of grooming as a profession, as a career, and work with institutions like yours, I think that is the way it has to be done,
Right.
in my view.
Do you think the kind of supports the industry captains should have given to bolster this insurance education in India really has come up? What are your plans? How are you going to bolster the insurance education in the country?
It's a very interesting question. I always say that it takes two to tango, correct?
Right.
So as much as industry is as much as institutions role, right? So we spoke some time back about BIMTech. That's one dedicated institutions, right?
Yes.
Now the irony of the matter is, right, since liberalization, it's 25 years.
Right.
You find it difficult to have another BIMTech,
Right.
right? Now it's a chicken and egg story always. Will the institution take the lead first, or the industry has to take the lead first?
Right.
And that's why what I said is it's a joint venture, it's a marriage,
Yes.
it's a long-term play.
Right.
You cannot look at what you need today.
Right.
We always tell to a customer, especially in my area of work, which is life insurance, take a longer view, take a 10-year view, take a 15-year view. Now we do the same in our businesses. Take a long-term view.
Right.
Start incubating insurance at the early education stage. It will take 3, 4, 5 years to reap the benefits. Right? पका हुआ हम ready नहीं हैं.
जी.
आप आज बोओगे तो 4-5 साल में उसकी खेती मिलेगी और फिर आपको उसका लाभ मिलना चालू हो जाएगा.
Right. Right.
The only one thing I can say a bit in the defense, well, I'm not a defensive guy, कि when the industry opened, there's so much knowledge which was there with the public sector,
Right.
that it pumped so much in the beginning that one didn't feel the scarcity as much
In the beginning.
in the beginning. But I am happy you raised this point. But the fact that the penetration is only 3.4, 3.5, and our ability or inability, let me put it this way, to take it to a 7, 8 which is where the matured, developed markets are going, we are not able to, right? Because that skill mismatch exists, which is not only a domain issue in the industry, right? We speak about that mismatch in general in the country for other technical courses as well. So I think it's the right time. Also, let me be very transparent to say our organization, and I hear a lot about others, there is a growing desire now to spread beyond these metros and tier ones.
That's the most heartening news.
Correct. Now, if you have to do that, you need local resources.
Absolutely.
You cannot parachute people from metros, and I think days have come when reverse migration in the country would have started. And with what we are trying to achieve in terms of working with institutions like yours, I think we will pave that path
Absolutely.
for tier 2, tier 3 as well, and strengthen it with a solid foundation. And obviously, as I said, it's a journey, right? We are all just a part of the journey. But I feel these milestones are the biggest one to achieve.
Right. Long back, we also felt that insurance should travel to rural areas, and one way of traveling to rural area is to go to the 2-tier cities and 3-tier cities first, and then make your presence felt,
Absolutely.
and possibly then you make inroads in the rural India. The other thing is coming to my mind is that now that the high interest regime is there, and some the reports say that it is going to give new leads to the life insurance companies. Do you think life insurance business in India is likely to change? Because you are getting tough competitions from mutual funds, where innovative products. Do you think the right time that you should?
Yes.
And what is your take on pension products? Because the geriatric population is on the rise. It's 8%, close to be 10% days, and 10% of India's population is very high.
So I'm happy, Professor. I mean, you are a learned person. You would know this better than I can explain. But while we are not as much aging as China, which we keep on repenting,
right,
and we keep on valuing our demographic dividends, but the fact is, longevity is a bigger risk to manage nowadays. A decade or two back, our mortality age was 66.
Yes.
Today we are 72. It is projected to go to 77.
Right.
So longevity itself is a risk to manage, and you need to survive longer, and hence you need to plan better. So I am very happy you raised this point on pension.
Mortality to morbidity is the new challenge.
New challenge, right?
Yes.
And for me, I'm a positive guy. I think it's an opportunity.
Yes, it's an opportunity.
So to your point on pension, we are very bullish.
Okay, yes.
We are very bullish on pension. We need to just look at the architecture of how we do it, because at times, underwriting for those ages may not be easier. So how do we have a pension which is lighter on life but more on saving? So we in our own area of influence and work, we are really working hard to come up with the innovative product there, right? Because that's a market, and it is growing. It is growing. So that's one part of the story. But on the other part of equity link schemes and mutual fund and all, see, there is always actually we position ourselves as financial planners, not as a investor team, right? And what are we trying to do is do a very smart financial planning.
Right.
Now, what can we help people at is look at financial risk management.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the name of the game, right?
Yes.
So in financial risk management, I believe a great portfolio is where you have a good mix. As much as you may need mutual fund, as much as you may have a direct investment, you also need passive investments, right?
Right.
You need protections.
Right.
So I always believe that innovation will be category specific, but can someone look at, we have been discussing or throwing an idea of a product that with age, we just spoke on pension, right? You need net protection, you need more saving, right? So with age, can I change my protection gear?
Absolutely.
Right? I'm a young guy, maybe I need more equity.
Absolutely.
I become a family man, maybe I need more protection.
Absolutely.
I'm now retiring, I need more savings. And I'm giving a very small example, and it is, you would know, sir, than many, that this is what I'm saying is common sense, but this common sense is not available today.
One point of concern is that health insurance, you say sell life insurance also, you sell health insurance. But when I look at the portfolio of health insurance in life, it's very, very small, very insignificant.
So there is a challenge in the way our regulations are.
You are not allowed to sell indemnity product.
Only indemnity, not reimbursements.
Okay.
So what we do, we play in the critical illness space a lot.
So that's a benefit product.
That's a benefit product. Whereas both the non-life insurance and the Sahi companies,
yes,
they play more on the reimbursement, hospitalization.
That's what we call indemnity.
Yes. So they are on that side of the business. But you know what interesting developments are happening where now we are allowed to do some combinations.
Yes, combo product you can
so there is one work which is happening because we have a sister company which is also a non-life company.
I know that.
With equal shareholders and everything to look at bringing the two together.
Yes, that will
so
be easier.
There is a health and I look at CI. So you know health is for reimbursement of your expenses. CI is a lifestyle replacement cost.
Right.
And I think anybody who's concerned about health has to look at this also. So if we bundle it together, I think that's the best combination.
Right.
So that's one thing which will be launched sooner than not.
Right.
And we are allowed now to sell combi and make combis.
Okay.
So that will open the market.
The other area of concern is that the demand for technically qualified people is very, very high.
Yes.
The supply is abysmally low. What kind of skills you are looking, somebody who wants to start a career in insurance? Because the apprehension is that insurance means selling product from door to door, you have to move from one. So that apprehension somehow is so badly embedded in the mind.
Correct.
It's very difficult to tell people, no, insurance is a very different ball game.
Correct.
So what are the skills you are looking at?
So there are 3-4 core skills. So you already touch upon sales, marketing, that's one skill.
Right.
Another big skill now is the technical skills, which is risk management.
Absolutely.
The actuarial stuff
Yes.
which goes into it. Even financial management of insurance is very different from
yes.
So someone to understand insurance P&L and balance sheet is not easy.
Absolutely.
Right? So the financial aspect is a key for us. And then the normal, where we need marketing skills, we need technology.
Yes.
Technology, while there is a saying it's a new oil, I'll say it's a minimum water needed to run the body, right? So technology is big. But see, again, my personal view is we are in the business of people management. So people skills, right, cut across whatever I've spoken so far. Because you may be a technical expert. But if you are not a people's man.
There was this feeling that I wrote somewhere, I don't remember, that you have agency force is very, very important.
Yes.
And equip your agency force with technology, with domain knowledge.
Correct.
Possibly that will sell in the market.
Yeah.
And all this mis-selling, which is damaging insurance so much.
I'm so happy you raised that.
Mis-selling. And so this domain knowledge with technology, with software skill possibly is one need you may be thinking.
It's a very good, so you have summarized the entire job which I'm trying to achieve here.
Thank you.
So we are trying to introduce in the customer acquisition journey as a point of sale, a lot of AI technology.
Right. That's great.
So I believe assisted. So technology assisted.
Agency.
So I don't believe it is going to replace the human interaction, especially on the life side. But it can do a lot of assistance.
Absolutely.
Right? And why human or soft skills? Because end of the day, we are interacting with people. Right? My customers, my distributors, my employees. So that wrapper of people skills with technology enabled or assisted,
Right.
those are the best sellers in the market.
Thank you so much for joining this show of ours to the point. Time is the constraint. Love to talk to you in some other platform, some other time. Thank you so much for coming here and joining this discussion. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Look
inviting.
forward to another interaction in days to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for inviting. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Our pleasure as well.